All right, let's talk about your career, but let's look at it through a bit of a cosmic lens. We're going to dive into how this ancient philosophy, something called Dharma, can actually be an incredibly powerful, practical compass for your life right now. You know that feeling when you're sitting at your desk, maybe staring at your screen, and you just get this thought, is this really it? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing with my life? So many of us feel that way. It's like you're a little bit adrift, you know? Your job just doesn't quite click with who you really are deep down. So what if the answer isn't in some new productivity hack or another one of those online career quizzes? What if it's hiding in a philosophy that's literally thousands of years old? That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about Dharma. And honestly, it might just be the compass you've been searching for. Okay, so what is Dharma, really? Let's break it down. The word itself comes from the Sanskrit root drar, which means to hold or to support. So you can think of it as the fundamental law that literally holds the universe together. It's this cosmic principle that defines the nature of everything and, most importantly, maintains order. It's what keeps everything from falling into chaos. Now, I know cosmic law sounds huge, right? Pretty abstract. But here's where it gets really powerful. We're going to bring this huge, universal concept right down to a personal level. And that's where we meet a new idea, Svadharma. So Svadharma, that's your dharma, your personal duty. This isn't some strict one-size-fits-all set of rules. No way. It's the path that is uniquely right for you. It's all based on your own specific nature, your talents, and the role you play in life. Think about it like this. It makes it super clear. The dharma of a farmer is to nurture, to cultivate, to provide food. The dharma of a soldier is to protect, to serve, to maintain order. Is one better than the other? Absolutely not. They're just different. They're both essential functions. Your dharma is all about your specific role. And to really, really get this, we've got to look at one of the most famous stories about Svadharma. It's this incredible story about a crisis of purpose that happens right on a battlefield. We need to talk about the great warrior Arjuna. So, picture this. Arjuna, he's the greatest warrior of his time, okay? He's standing on the brink of this huge, epic battle. And he looks out across the field, and who does he see on the other side? His cousins, his teachers, his own family. And in that moment, all his courage just evaporates. He's completely overwhelmed. He doesn't want to fight. His personal feelings are in a total clash with his role as a warrior. And in this moment of total crisis, his guide, Krishna, gives him this piece of wisdom that is just mind-blowing. It's not just some pretty, poetic line. It's a radical call to be authentic to who you are. It's saying, hey, stick to your own path, to your own nature, even if you mess up sometimes. That's so much better than trying to be a perfect version of someone else. So the guidance from Krishna was crystal clear. He tells Arjuna, your Svadharma, your duty, is to fight. Not because it was going to feel good. I mean, obviously it felt terrible, but because fulfilling his fundamental role as a warrior, as a kshatriya, was absolutely essential. By doing his duty, he wasn't just restoring order to the kingdom, he was restoring order within himself. Okay, I get it. A legendary warrior on an ancient battlefield might feel a little disconnected from your 9-to-5, right? So how on earth does this translate from the chaos of war to, say, the structure of a modern office? Well, let's connect the dots. Believe it or not, the core principle is exactly the same. It doesn't matter if it's an ancient society or a startup in Silicon Valley. Any complex system thrives on one thing: role clarity. When every single person knows what their specific job is, what they're responsible for, that's when you cut down on the chaos and create something that actually works, something harmonious and effective. And this is where it gets really wild. Check this out. This ancient idea of breaking society into functional roles, well, it maps almost perfectly onto a modern corporate tool you might have even used, the RACI matrix, for projects: responsible, accountable, consultant, informed. The ancient functional roles, the intellectual, the warrior, the merchant, they're basically a blueprint for how we think about accountability and responsibility today. It's a timeless system for getting stuff done without confusion. So here's how it all ties together. When you are fulfilling your dharma, your specific, clear role, your actions, which we can call your karma, become what some texts call an unseen mechanic. I love that phrase. You're not just checking boxes or completing tasks. You are a vital, indispensable part of the engine that is driving the entire organization forward. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually find your dharma in your career? Let's get practical. Let's break it down into some real, actionable steps you can take. It really comes down to 3 things. First, know your nature. Like, really know it. What are you naturally good at? What are your tendencies? You've got to be honest with yourself. Second, clarify your role. Right here, right now, in your current job, what is your specific duty? What are you uniquely responsible for? And third, and this is a big one, trust your inner voice. There's a concept called Atmatusti. It's that gut feeling, that deep sense of yes, this is right, that comes from your conscience. You've got to learn to listen to it. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Just for a minute, forget about your job title, forget about the salary. In the grand scheme of things, your team, your company, maybe even the world, what is your unique contribution to the order of things? What do you hold together? Because finding the answer to that, well, that's finding your dharma.